Hello and welcome fam! GeekGhostGamerTop on the microphone, and what a couple of hours ago it was! An explosive event of gaming surprises, and this one is no different. The Summer Game Fest trailer for the next Virtua Fighter began with a summary of what it isn't. No ring, no 1v1 matchup, no character select. The trailer revealed Virtua Fighter Crossroads, and a showcase trailer with the gods of Virtua Fighter and RGG Studios detailing a world where life and death are caught in an intertwining struggle with the criminal world. This wasn't a fighting game trailer, it was a crime drama trailer. For a series that has been the undisputed king of pure 1v1 combat for 3 decades, this was not the answer anyone expected to the question, what's next? SEGA and RGG Studios, the masterminds behind the Yakuza saga, aren't just making a new mode. This is a ground-up reinvention. They are officially turning Virtua Fighter into a single-player adventure game. And it might be just the best idea SEGA has had in 20 years. What was shown at Summer Game Fest wasn't a gameplay trailer in the traditional sense. It was a statement of intent. The game, officially titled Virtua Fighter Crossroads. This is Vilasapara, a fictional Southeast Asian island city that is as much a character as anyone who lives there. Press materials describe it as the city of martial arts, a place composed of distinct districts, from a walled central city to a bustling entertainment area, all living under a tenuous peace between crime syndicates. This isn't a static background, it's a place. It feels lived in and, most importantly, explorable. Then we meet our new hero, Cielo. He's not meditating in a pristine dojo. We see him walking down a sidewalk, catching sight of a tournament called the Villa Fight Fest, before entering a restaurant to sit with some of his friends. This flash of a normal life is brutally contrasted with the pressures of the criminal world. The stakes aren't about honor in the tournament, they're about survival after refusing to throw a match. When Cielo fights, it's not in the ring, it's in that cramped restaurant, with triad members cornering him. It's messy, it's gritty, it's RGG Studio through and through. The trailer also introduced a wealth of other new characters. We got a clear look at Stella, a fierce-looking kickboxer who is confirmed to be another of the game's protagonists. But beyond her, the scenes were populated with a huge cast of new faces. From Cielo's concerned sister Dana, to menacing crime bosses and shadowy figures, painting a picture of a rich, complex world. This is a story that aims to feel populated and alive, a far cry from the lowly dojos of the past. The marketing is brilliant. They aren't calling it a fighting game with a story mode. They've coined a new term, a fighting adventure. This isn't an add-on. The adventure is the central pillar, equal to the 1v1 combat. This is a complete reimagining of what a Virtua Fighter game can be. The 25-minute Virtua Fighter Crossroads showcase that followed the reveal blew the doors wide open on this new philosophy. This isn't a simple linear story. Crossroads will feature a high-stakes omnibus narrative told from the perspective of 4 different protagonists. Cielo and Stella are just the first 2. Their stories will intertwine, creating a complex plot centered on the theme of crossroads, where choices made both in and out of battle will forge alliances, determine consequences, and shape their destinies. The DNA of Yakuza and Like a Dragon is baked right into the game's very structure. You will be able to explore the living city of Vilasapara, engaging in side stories and quests that flesh out the world and your relationship with its inhabitants. The story itself is being handled by a team of acclaimed writers, including world-building supervisor David Hayter, known for his work on X-Men and as the iconic voice of Solid Snake, and lead writer Brad Kane, who worked on the acclaimed Ghost of Tsushima. This isn't just a fighting game with a script. It's a narrative-driven experience crafted by top-tier storytellers. And just as old-school fans started to panic, thinking the game they loved was gone forever, the trailer hit its masterstroke. A figure steps from the shadows to save Cielo in that restaurant brawl, an older woman who moves with an impossible grace. She dispatches the thugs, removes a disguise, and there she is, Pai Chan, not a young movie star, but a seasoned, mature mentor. With that one moment, RGG confirmed this isn't a hard reboot. It's a time jump. The legacy characters are here, and their stories are moving forward. There's a moment in the new Crossroads trailer that perfectly illustrates this problem. After a now mature Pai Chan single-handedly clears a room of Chinese mafia members to save Cielo and an astonished family, the father looks on in awe and recognizes her. He knows the legend, but the mother turns to him bewildered and asks, "Who is Pai Chan?" That one question says it all. Even the trailer jokes about the series' reputation. The battle director also took the stage to reassure the fighting game community. He confirmed that a full, robust versus mode with local and online play will exist alongside the story. He stated that you can turn the game on and immediately start fighting. The core mechanics are still pure Virtua Fighter: punch, kick, and guard. The goal is accessibility plus depth. Newcomers drawn in by the story can learn it, but the endless technical depth that defines high-level Virtua Fighter is preserved. They aren't making a Yakuza game with VF fighters. They're making a Virtua Fighter game with a Yakuza-level story. To understand why this change is so monumental, you have to understand what Virtua Fighter was. The drama around this reveal actually started a few weeks ago, when a behind-the-scenes video leak online spread across social media and Reddit. The off-screen recording was blurry, but it was unmistakably real, showing developer interviews mixed with what looked like a cinematic story and snippets of gameplay. It was in this leak that the name Virtua Fighter Crossroads and the face of the new protagonist, Cielo, were first revealed to the world. The leak sent a shockwave through the community because it hinted at a massive departure from the series' core identity. Just punch, kick, and guard. 3 buttons. That was the magic. It was high-speed martial arts chess, and for its entire life, the series stuck fearlessly to that philosophy. While its rivals evolved, Virtua Fighter stayed stubbornly pure. Mortal Kombat built a cinematic universe. Street Fighter gave us a globe-trotting adventure with World Tour. Tekken created the absurdly epic Mishima Family Saga. And Virtua Fighter? It just gave us a better training mode. This focus wasn't necessarily a flaw, as the new game seems to acknowledge. The developers have already confirmed a return to the classic, focused fighting environments, including a traditional dojo stage, an urban rooftop, an industrial zone, and a modern MMA-inspired stage. It's a nod to the legacy of pure competition. For the hardcore, this was paradise. It was the pure player versus player experience, untainted by narrative fluff. But for millions of other players, the people who wanted a world to get lost in, a reason to fight beyond just getting good. Virtua Fighter was a closed door. It was a game you respected, but maybe didn't love. It could feel clinical, boring, if you asked the wrong person online. It had no hook for the story-driven fan. SEGA knew this. The community knew this. For years, we've all been asking, where's Virtua Fighter 6? And for years, the answer was silent. It turns out that's because just making Virtua Fighter 6 another technically brilliant but narratively empty game wasn't enough anymore. The market has changed. To bring Virtua Fighter back, they couldn't just release a sequel. They had to do something radical. So, what does this all mean? It isn't just a big deal for Virtua Fighter. It's a potential game changer for the entire genre. For years, developers have struggled with the single player problem. How do you create engaging content for the millions who buy a fighting game but don't want to live in the training lab? NetherRealm found massive success with its cinematic story modes. Street Fighter 6 took a huge leap with World Tour, letting players create an avatar and explore a 3D world. But Virtua Fighter Crossroads is the next evolution of that idea. RGG Studios isn't a fighting game developer dabbling in story. They are arguably the best single-player adventure game developer on the planet. Them bringing their full weight, their expertise in crafting compelling crime dramas and living, breathing worlds is a monumental shift for the genre. This approach solves the genre's biggest problem: player retention. How many people buy a new fighting game, play for an hour, get wrecked online, and never touch it again? A game like this offers a different value proposition. Now you have a 40 or 50 hour fighting adventure to experience. You get to know Cielo, Stella, and the other protagonists. You unravel a gripping crime drama set in a fascinating city. You learn the mechanics organically through brawls and boss fights. The story becomes the ultimate tutorial. By the time you finish the campaign, you're not a clueless beginner. You're invested. You know the moves, the characters, and the world. And maybe, just maybe, you're ready to step into that versus mode. This is the bridge the genre has been looking for. A bridge between the hardcore FGC and the massive audience that devours games like a Dragon, God of War, or Ghost of Tsushima. It's a way to bring new blood into the ecosystem without alienating the dedicated players who cherish the series' mechanical purity. By confirming a full 1v1 mode from the jump, RGG told the core community, "We see you. Your game is still here." But by wrapping it in this incredible narrative adventure, they've thrown the doors wide open to everyone else. This move will revitalize the Virtua Fighter franchise on a scale not seen since the 90s. From a niche, respected but rarely played series, it has repositioned a major AAA event by successfully merging RGG's masterful storytelling with Virtua Fighter's legendary combat. They won't just have a hit. They will set a new gold standard for what a single player experience in a fighting game can be. For 30 years, Virtua Fighter was the king of pure fighting, a monument to technical excellence that commanded respect but often struggled to find love outside of its devoted fan base. Virtua Fighter Crossroads represents the boldest move imaginable. It's taking the most sacred pillar of the genre and transforming it into something new, something modern, something epic. It's a bet that the heart of Virtua Fighter isn't just its mechanics, but its characters and world, a world that until now, has existed mostly in our imaginations. Handing the keys to the best storytellers in the business will finally build that world for us. This project isn't the death of Virtua Fighter, you remember. It's a rebirth, an evolution the series desperately needs to not just survive, but to thrive in the new generation. What was once a closed door has been kicked wide open, revealing a path to a sprawling, captivating new world. And the release of 2027 feels right. Looks like Virtua Fighter is turning a new page, and the Chinese Yakuza theme feel is an incredibly endearing start. But that's what was announced. Now I want to know what you think. Is turning Virtua Fighter into a story-driven fighting adventure the right move? Are you excited about this revitalization? Or are you worried it will lose its pure fighting identity? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. So, fam, thank you for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Virtua Fighter. See y'all in the next one. Danko!